Dumelang Magetse, I'm Debogodi Tinti, and I'm here for Monday Motivation or Motivation Monday, but I don't think it's going to be any of that because I just want to speak about a video that I saw on this app. There was a lady who was wearing a certain brand t-shirt, and then in the caption she was saying that one day she will speak about how the creator of that brand treated her during her pregnancy. And like everybody, I went through the comment sections, and a few comments caught my eye. Like some people were saying, you see that their brand is picking up, now you want to drag them down, or why did you wait so long to speak, or you should have just kept quiet. So here's what I want to say to the people with negative comments and positive comments, and to the lady that posted this video if she happens to come across mine, because I'm not gonna tag her or anything like that. We all have two choices as people. One, when people tell their stories, we can either believe them. Two, when people tell their stories, we can either not believe them. Those are the only options we have. To form opinions about how people deal with their experiences is not an option that is available to us, because, and here's the thing, is that you cannot tell anyone how to handle or how to process the things that they have gone through, because they went through them alone. We were not there. We don't know how it was like for them. And a lot of people also were saying that this is also just one side of the story. True that as it may be, no matter how flat you make a pancake, it still has two sides. But here's also what I want to say to that. When people start to tell their stories, they have already went through, they processed the pain. They went into hiding, into silence, because they were dealing with the shame and that very pain that is attached to their experience. And in their silence, they are saying everything that you can imagine to themselves, because pain and trauma does that to you. You look at yourself and start blaming yourself because you want to protect and defend the person that you love. So they have already went through the silence. And when a victimizer sees their victim silent, that is the time to make amends, because when somebody is quiet about what you put them through, you still have a chance. You still have a chance to apologize, try to fix it, just make amends. Once they start talking, it is no longer about you. You have then instantly lost all power that you've ever had over them, because now they have gone through the hurdle. They are even done shaming themselves, and they are done believing anything that you could possibly say to them. But when they were quiet, you still have a chance. So if you are a victimizer and you hearing this and you have somebody that you have wronged, if they are still quiet, you still have a chance. Once they start talking, it's chai for you, baby. So, and another thing is that perpetrators know what they do, know the things that they do to hurt their victims. They are fully aware, because they know that if somebody would do that to them, they would be devastated, and they prevent people from doing that to them. That's why they do these things first. And perpetrators are so clever, because I used to question if abusers know that they are abusive. I used to question if narcissistic people know that they are narcissists. And they are fully aware, because to sit and plan and contemplate and bulletproof and think ahead and be steps forward of their victims, it's being very intelligent. People who are abusive are so smart, because they know the art of manipulation. They know the art of isolating you. They know the art of playing you and playing the public. Because also, remember, they are in character. They have to step in and out of character, and that takes consciousness. And motomo conscious because once they need to behave a certain way, and victims they need to behave a certain way. So these people know. There's a conversation we are not having. The conversation we are having now is that when people come out and speak, we cannot tell them not to tell their story. That is two important factors that we need to remember and keep in mind all the time when we hear people telling their story. You cannot tell people to not to tell their stories just because they have you in it. That is not an option that you have. That is not a luxury that you have. And you cannot tell people how to share the story, on which platforms, in which way. That you don't have control over that. What you have control over is how you treat people, so that when they decide to tell their story, you are not embarrassed or ashamed. You cannot treat people like poop and expect them to paint you like a sunflower when they start talking about you. If you want people to talk about you like you're a sunflower, behave like a sunflower. Treat people like you're a sunflower. Bring them sunshine and happiness. But if you are going to be awful, you have to remember that that is what people are going to say about you. And you cannot be ashamed. You cannot now run to your profiles and start switching off comments because you don't want people to come fetch you. You need to stick up. If you're a bumhole, then when people come for you, behave like the bumhole that you are. Don't try to hide, because when you were doing the things that you were doing, you were in your full conscious mind. You were aware. So my thing is, what I'm saying here is, what I'm trying to say here is that if you don't want people to talk about you, then don't hang with people. Don't be around people. Don't do anything. Don't start anything. Don't go anywhere. Because when you show up in the world, people are going to talk about you. So then you are in control of your actions. If you're going to go out there and be a host of conversations with the author, people are going to talk about you as the host of conversations with the author. It's how you are going to host conversations with the author. People are going to talk about your character as to how you're hosting conversations with the author. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot be a terrible person and expect people to sing your praises when they start talking about you. Because people are going to talk about you. As long as you are in people's lives, people are going to talk about you. It's a given. So the only control that you have is yourself in every single situation. So Nagar, to everybody who has a story to tell about somebody and their experiences and how they went through some things, how do we have freedom of speech? So use it. Use it. Freedom of speech, you only have the freedom of speech when your speech is written for you. No. You have freedom of speech, your speech. You have the pen, you write it, you tell it the way that you want to tell it. It's your story, it's your pain, it's your experience. It is yours to share. Never ever give somebody else a pen to write your story. That's all I have to say.